Time now for our Media Microscope. Let's look at the network newscast after a federal judge in Texas blocked President Obama's executive order on immigration from taking effect. A short report on ABC's World News Tonight never quite explained the reasoning of Judge Andrew Hanen and included just one soundbite from the president.
A Texas judge blocking the president's executive order that would have offered protection and work permits for up to 5 million undocumented immigrants here in the U.S. Well, late today, the president shooting back.
We should not be tearing some mom away from her child when the child has been born here and that mom's been living here for the last 10 years.
CBS Evening News also included just a presidential soundbite, but balanced that by devoting time to the judge's ruling and the argument made by Republicans.
Tomorrow was supposed to be a historic day for millions of illegal immigrants.
Hanen said the president had overreached and that the policy would have burdened states with, quote, several $1 million in mandatory costs.
Piece on NBC Nightly News began with the impact on those who are here illegally.
Tonight, Andrea Gavilanes is devastated, worried her dream of working for the FBI may not come true.
You know, we were so ready for this, and then today it just crashed us, you know?
In Texas, Alfredo Garcia's future plan, a PhD program at Notre Dame, is at stake.
All the possibilities that I have in the future just vanish.
Cheryl, what's your take?
Well, on this issue, like some issues in the news media, it's almost as if some of them feel as if there is only one side to the story, the legitimate side, and then everybody else who may be mistaken. And it's pretty extraordinary that when you consider a majority of states are fighting this executive order, there wasn't any sense of that in the stories, and there certainly was no emotional argument given to the other side that feels like it's overburdened and what could happen inside their states.
NBC did have a short soundbite from the Republican governor of Texas, but when you talk about emotion, I think that's the key. If you frame the story about those who are impacted, and that's part of the story, have you in some way tilted the playing field?
I think so. Over time, sometimes there can be stories on the other side, so maybe not every story leans that way, but I think you'd be hard-pressed to find an emotional argument having been presented on the other side of this controversy by most in the media. Right.
Thanks, Cheryl. And of course, there are time constraints on these pieces, but still, balance is important. That's it for this edition of Media Buzz. I'm Howard Kurtz. We hope you'll like our Facebook page. We post a lot of original content and videos. And email us. I read them all. Try to respond to you. MediaBuzz@foxnews.com. We're back here next Sunday morning. You know this by now, 11 and 5 Eastern. Back here in Washington with the latest buzz.